This industry often separates into two categories, high net worth individuals and institutional. You have very large institutional portfolios out there, things like mutual funds, pension funds, large pools of money, sovereign funds, and often large institutional investment managers stay in that space. At the smaller end of the institutional spectrum, you get endowments that belong to churches and synagogues, or to universities, or to other nonprofit institutions, or sometimes even their retirement plans for a small company. So we are often involved in small organizational work.
So most of our work historically has been with individuals. That was really how Dad founded the firm. And over time we've been very fortunate in that we've grown, and now we include individuals and organizations. And so we're very fortunate in that our work allows us to, again, work with the life of individuals as they're going through decisions, as well as organizations that are trying to do the same thing.
When we're working with organizations, we're going to end up sitting down, rolling up our sleeves with the organization. We're going to know all of the members. We're going to hear what they want. We're going to help them put their ideas together into some form of an investment objective so that everybody's on the same page. So one of the things that MONTAG brings to the organizations is that there's a lot of turnover many times. And what we think of ourselves as the historian. We kind of take it from generation to generation. We educate all of the board members. We're there to help bring on board as you bring on new folks.
We spend a lot of time working with small institutions like that. They're perpetual. The Atlanta Ballet or Families First, some of the very fine philanthropies in this city have a very long-term view, a multi-decade view. They have a portfolio that needs to match with that. A long-term view for a small organization is going to include the coming and going of staff. It's going to include a whole lot of capital infusion in order to rejuvenate a staff, buy a new facility, that sort of thing. So you've just got a very different balance sheet associated with a philanthropy, and having some knowledge and some understanding of how to match that together with long-term portfolio management is something we've developed a lot of expertise with.
We do work with many organizations, and that can be very rewarding also. Some of them are nonprofits, and it's just very nice to be involved in some of these great local and all around the country actual organizations that we work with.
The dynamic around the table is very personal. People know each other, particularly if they're going to church together or if their alma mater is the place they're serving on the board. So you get to know the people around the table a bit. It is a voluntary role versus being a paid director or a paid trustee at a much larger institutional pool of money. There's an enormous amount of commitment to these entities and thus capital. And that capital needs to be managed with consideration around the balance sheet and the long-term strategic direction that the organization's going. So these organizations have to be able to move forward, have to be able to progress, have to live through the ups and downs of our economy. But fundamentally, they also have to stay on mission. They have a reason that they're doing what they're doing. They're taking care of people. So their long-term mission has to be considered no matter what the investment climate is.